Peace, this is King Noble, Black Supremacy. In this particular video, I want to talk about the overall lack of integrity within the Hebrew Israelite community, which will probably bleed over into the overall conscious community. But I want to focus a lot on the Hebrew Israelites, and particularly all the Hebrew Israelites, because in the last video I did, it seemed like I was just picking on the non-Messianics. But this time I want to deal with the Messianics and the non-Messianics. I want to deal with the overall lack of integrity. Because while we cannot form a nation, while we cannot build our own community and have power against this devil, against the enemy, to free and liberate our people, is because of the general lack of integrity that needs to be addressed. And I intend on doing that in this particular video. And I want to just take Hebrew Israelite that I can think of one by one and just go through the list and just show you how, there's not a lot of integrity there. And we're going to need integrity if we're going to build something. I'll start off with Run Divine Prospect. Zero integrity. Zero integrity. He don't know whether he's Hebrew Israelite, if he's RBG, is he Comedic, he don't stand for shit. And if you're all of that, if you're RBG and Hebrew Israelite and Committed and all that, Messianic and non-Messianic at the same time, you just all of these different goddamn schools of thoughts. Then really, if you all of them, then you're none of them and you just black. Like every other black man walking the streets that's at war right now. You really just black. So why become any of that shit anyway? Why become any of it to be all of it? When if you all of it, you none of it. And if you none of it, you just a nigga like the rest of us in the eyes of your enemy. But he don't stand for nothing. He don't stand for a damn thing. And he's been called out for that. Just a politician. So you don't have to push all these ideas, esoteric ideas and mystical and religious and theological and metaphysical ideas, and then talk about black unity. You confusing black unity, because black unity is unity just simply based on being black, not being a Hebrew, not being Kemet, not being RBG, not being Messianic, not being non-Messianic, not being none of that. We can unify just based on being black alone. You don't have to read a billion books and then try to connect the ideologies and doctrines and gods of all the books in order for us to achieve unity. Unity is free, it's cheap, it's easy. It's like breathing. So Run Divine Prospect don't stand for nothing but the one of popularity and attention, and to sit on Sinetta couch, to be on the holes of consciousness, one of the holes of consciousness. Y'all mad at the conscious stripper, but a conscious stripper is nowhere bad as a goddamn conscious hoe. And many of you niggas is worse than a conscious stripper. You all niggas is some conscious hoes. And some of you all gonna have to become conscious strippers in order to wake up, because you're gonna have to strip yourself of all the consciousness bullshit just to realize the divinity of being black again and being able to unify based off being black. But Run Divine Prospect, polite, expose your ass on the couch, embarrassed your ass, and you still want to go and hug up with the House of Consciousness and sit there and rat out your brothers talking about when this event is going on and how they going against Sinetta. Fuck Sinetta in the House of Consciousness. Fuck Holite. They mean nothing to the true and living God. Absolutely nothing. They're irrelevant and insignificant. But you all seem to want to sit on that couch. Y'all want attention and popularity more than you want anything. And that's why you don't stand for nothing, because you don't want to go against the Don King of Consciousness. You don't want to go against the major promoter because you want to get in on the next fight. You want to get in on the next battle. Y'all some weak-ass Negroes. So Run Divine Prospect stands for nothing. And I don't just want to attack the Hebrew Israelites that sit on Sanisha's couch. I want to go at other Hebrew Israelites too. I want to go against some of the ones, speak and reveal and expose some of the ones that don't sit on Sanisha's couch. Let's talk about Israel doctrine. This Negro has interpreted the scriptures and read it in some way that seems consistent with GMS, the Santa Claus Squad, where he wants to let white people, he believes that the Bible is salvation for people of all colors, that all people should be included into the plight, into the story, into the glory of the black man. This is what Israel doctrine believes. He believes that we should hug up with crackers and embrace white people. Well, let me ask you this, brother Israel doctrine. If we should hug up with white people, and if the playing field is open, why do you waste your time criticizing, attacking, and analyzing black Hebrew Israelites? Why do you just go at black Hebrew Israelites? I've never seen you expose a white Hebrew Israelites and their doctrine. I've never seen you go at Jews or go against Judaism. Maybe you have. Maybe you got some videos doing that. But every video I seem to see, it seems like you continue to criticize and attack black nationalistic orientated Hebrew groups. And if you have a wider perception of God's people, of those who will be saved and receive salvation, why don't you talk about white groups? Why don't you go and disrupt white groups and argue and debate with white groups and call into radio shows of white groups and get and challenge them on the truths they speak? Because you got a lot of black self-hate in you, brother. That's why. And that's why you still love your master. And you want to be included with your master, and you don't like a Hebrew doctrine that excludes your goddamn enemy, because you've been taught to love him ever since your ancestors have come over here on that good ship Jesus. So Israel doctrine loves his master, and he secretly hates black, which is why he's always criticizing. It's a love-hate relationships, because he wants to be associated with the black people that he simultaneously hates. Because he stays up in a circle, stays up in a group, stays up in a radio shows, and continues to do live streams talking about them. But it's a hate relationship. That's a fact. So no, hell no, I don't believe we should be connecting with no white people. And what all the Israelite groups have better than Israel Doctrine and GMS is that they're at least nationalistic and want to deal with their own people. This coon Uncle Tom Negro Israel Doctrine wants to still deal and love his slave master, and is mad at the Hebrew groups for having black love, Hebrew love, Judah love, and not wanting to deal with these crackers. Who's next? Guerrilla Hebrew. Now I've watched a lot of National Geographics and Discovery, and I've never seen no white or pale fucking gorilla. Y'all got to educate me on this. I thought gorillas was big and black. So when you got this mulatto calling himself a gorilla Hebrew, there's something wrong with that picture to begin with. His mama a cracker, and his daddy a Haitian, which I guess would really make him a Levite, according to my understanding. But Judah is the highest tribe. See, from what I get from the Hebrew Israelite doctrine, it's a black supremacy doctrine. Because Judah, the black man, the blackest of black men, is at the head of all the other tribes. So all these other tribes are going to have to bow down to Judah. This is a fact. For the Messianics, the so-called Messiah was of the tribe of Judah. He was not of Levite, Benjamin. He was of the tribe of Judah. So some of these other tribes are going to have to get back. Why they say they don't like Africans, they are taking a higher tribe. They are trying to associate themselves with the elect tribe, Judah, when really they down on the totem pole. That's a fact. That's to my understanding. Y'all can argue that all you want to. That's my understanding. I'll embrace that. But Guerrilla Hebrew just wants attention. He started off with GMS, and then when GMS went under attack, then he discredited GMS and he ran from GMS. And really, he's a House of Consciousness Hebrew Israelite. He sit down with Polite. He let Polite whoop his ass. That was some old homo dominatrix shit. He let Polite sit there and whoop his ass on the couch. And he embarrassed GMS and the Hebrew Israelite doctrine for the purpose of being one of the hoes of consciousness. He's one of the hoes of consciousness, Guerrilla Hebrew. I just got to keep it real with you. And he will challenge and attack anybody who's Sanetta. See, they just Sanetta's dogs. Sanetta give them a little treat, a little snack, and they will attack whoever they want to attack. That's why he's going to Zion Lex now, because he wants attention. Sanisha has been trying to get the next debate going, and now his objective is to turn the Hebrew Israelites against each other and have the Messianics debate, the non-Messianics, and Guerrilla Hebrew is playing along with that. Because he just wants attention. Because he's artificial. Because by him not really being really Judah, really melanated, he want to just be light, bright, and on the stage. It's not about the truth. Then you move on to ISUPK. Hate Africans. Your brother Tazariak. And him, the other dude he with, Cock and Sock, or whatever his name is. Look at these pale ass Negroes talking about we hate Africans. You ain't nothing but the devil, man. You have nothing but the white man. The white in them has succeeded, has conquered them. The white man in them has conquered the black man. When you walking around pale like that and associating with lighter people and talking about the melanated African people, the original people are not your brothers. The white man in you has conquered your ass. And you really are the white man. You really are like, you basically Obama. And Obama might be have a little more black in him by acknowledging he's a Kenyan and going to Africa. Actually, Obama might be more blacker than some of these damn Hebrew Israelites. They admit that they're closer to the white man than they are to an African. And if you look at them, Guerrilla Hebrew, you look at them, Tazariak, you look at them, Cock and Sock, or whatever the name is, they are closer to the white man than they are to the black man. So they're really telling you the truth. And they look like some white Vikings, some white colonizers. Just look at them. And you learning about your history, your theology, your religion, your roots from those who the colonizer within themselves have conquered their ass. Which is why they teaching, and they so mad and angry and teaching hate and all that. And they teaching this black consciousness, or really essentially black nationalism. They teaching it with a white supremacist swag. They've brought over the diabolical nature of the white man into black consciousness, black nationalism, into the Hebrew culture. They're bringing that, and you see that the Hebrew Israelite movement clearly has been lightening up. And they doing the same thing. They starting to do the same thing that was done in the Nation of Islam, where they putting these light Negroes up there, so that the white man in these light Negroes continue to rule. And they're not bringing that black spirit. They bringing that white man, that hatred, the anger, and the hatred of women, and calling our women bitches. That's that white man hatred. Calling each other niggas and condemning each other to hell and all that. That's the white man. That they are the white man. They are closer to the white man than they are black. So I had to touch on that. What are the Hebrew Israelites? Because I want to focus on these Hebrews. Let's talk about Minister Inky. Minister Inky don't know who the fuck he is. One minute he Hebrew Israelite, the next minute he New Covenant. He one of the holes of consciousness too. He don't stand for a goddamn thing. What he do stand for is to realize that he can't stand on his own. He had the Amber Institute. He's building his own thing up. You know, doing his own health thing. But I guess he's realized that, hey, hell, I can't stand on my own. It's like a hoe tried to lead a pimp, Sonetta, and realized that, wait a minute, I can't lead a pimp. I need the pimp. So he had to go back and be one of the holes of consciousness. And then he ended up under Polite. So now he New Covenant, but Polite speaks against the Hebrew Israelites, speaks against the Hebrew doctrine. And here it is, Minister Inky's supposed to be a Hebrew. Here it is, one Divine Prospect supposed to be a Hebrew, but they're associating with these people that desecrates the Hebrew doctrine, disrespects the Hebrew doctrine. If that don't prove to you that these Negroes do not stand for shit, that they have no integrity. You don't have to agree with King Noble. You don't have to agree with what I believe. You don't have to follow my way or agree with all my ideologies. But God damn it, stand for what the fuck you stand for. Because if that's the case, we can't even unify. I can't unify with somebody that don't stand for nothing. To unify means that we may have different positions, but for the common goal or for one common agenda, we come together and work together for a common goal, one aim, one destiny. But if you don't have no position, there cannot even be no unity, because we don't see how we can form unity. If you have no position, you don't stand for nothing. You are nothing and nobody. If you don't stand what the fuck you stand for, you are a fraud. You are fake. You ready to smile and beguile and get up in anybody's face and agree with them for whatever moment of time that you can get. You the whole of consciousness. You one of the hoes of fucking all you Negroes is the hoes of fucking consciousness, man. Not the house, the hoes. Because a hoe can get in your face and smile and tell you what you want to hear for whatever money, whatever attention she gonna get. And that's what you niggas is doing. You some hoes, man. Get the hoes of consciousness. I even got to talk about my boy Zion Lex. I love Zion Lex. But I got to go in. Polite dissed you. Polite had you and myself on the screen at the Slave Theater, at the Summer Fest or Summer Jam or whatever he had going on. He dissed you. Clowned you. And he clowned you for the support that you showed towards me. And the next video that goes up, you see Zion Lex going at Guerrilla Hebrew, which is one of his own Hebrew brothers, whether non-Messianic or not, or Messianic, going at his own Hebrew brother and checking him for the criticisms that he made or the theological arguments that he made against Zion Lex's non-Messianic position. But he let Polite, one of the madam of the brothel, he didn't say nothing about Polite roasting his ass on the stage for following me, for speaking highly of me, following my videos, and for Zion Lex questioning his trip and tour to Communit and constantly putting fire up under his ass. He stood right down the street from Polite, and he didn't even challenge that Negro or say nothing to that Negro. He didn't do no videos addressing The whole ass shit that Polite did and said at the Summer Jam Fest. That's some weak ass shit, Zion Lex. That shit was weak as hell, man. Before you even dealt with your Hebrew brother, you should have dealt with Apep ass. You should have dealt with the snake right there. You should have did a video addressing the goddamn snake. But you didn't want to because you want the popularity and the platform of the hoes of consciousness. These Negroes don't stand for nothing. These same Negroes will go at the hoes of consciousness and let these hoe ass niggas disrespect the black supremacy movement, disrespect what I'm talking about, and just sit there, Minister Inky and the rest of them, the pills, and listen to them. And let them go by and let them say what they want to say and let them attack me and the black supremacy movement in any way they want to. And these same Negroes will come down here to Atlanta and then smile in my fucking face at Nasi's temple and laugh with me and what's up, Noble, and all this and all that. And they ain't got shit to say but run back to New York City and let me be clowned. And even do some clowning theyself. That's some whole ass shit. That's some hoes of consciousness ass shit. That's some bitch ass shit. Because you all just want popularity. You all just want notoriety. You all don't stand for a damn thing. So there's a lack of integrity within the conscious community as it relates to the hoes of consciousness and the Hebrews, Israelites, that's related or connected to that shit. Y'all some weak ass Negroes. Y'all gonna go against Sinetta and try to speak for the truth for a little while until you want some money or some fame, and you're gonna go back and get on the camera. And y'all continue to let him monopolize and continue to grow his media and his influence as due to you all. And he really has become the God of the fucking Hebrew Israelite. Y'all have let Sinetta be. He is the God of the Hebrew Israelite community. Y'all have let him become that and helped him become that, man. That's your fucking God and pimp. So there's just a big general lack of integrity within the Hebrew Israelites and within the so-called conscious community. They don't stand for shit. It's all about debates, popularity, views, money, resources. Today they'll be wearing this hat and tomorrow they'll be wearing another one. Today they'll be smiling in this person's face. Tomorrow they will be debating and arch enemies with that person's face. That shit is the WWF. And this is what y'all doing when it comes to black people's salvation. When it comes to the liberation of black people. When it comes to us waking up and realizing who we are. These are the type of fucking games y'all playing with our salvation and our liberation. This is what you grown ass men is doing with your time and energy. You should be ashamed of your fucking self. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. Join my website, www.kingnobleBlackRulership.com. Peace. This is King Noble Black Supremacy. And this particular video, I want to address how a lot of the Hebrew Israelite camps and individuals do not believe in the shit that they teach. They don't believe in the mythology or the theology at all. And lately they have just come out, particularly the non-Messianic. They have come out and admit that they took a Messianic position during the Communit on trial debate, the Hebrew Israelites versus Communit, just to be unified with their brothers. Just to be on one accord and to fight against the Kemetic community. They have just come out and admit that. We know when we talk about the non-Messianics, we're talking about Brother Nasi, we're talking about Zion Lex, and of course others that were participating in the debate, that they took this position. Now, if you believe that your non-Messianic beliefs are the basis for the salvation of the black race, if you really believe that, why would you jeopardize people's understanding of the Torah Why would you jeopardize that just to win a debate? Do you think Yahweh or Yashrallah gives a fuck whether you win a debate or not? Or do he care about his children, the chosen people, coming back unto him and coming back into the ways of the laws? What do you think? God don't care. Yahweh, Yahuwah, don't give a damn about whether you win a debate or not. He don't give a goddamn about the House of Consciousness, about Kemet on trial. He's interested in the salvation of the chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel. I mean, if you believe that, God don't give a damn. So why would you take on a position contradictory or inconsistent with your beliefs if you really believe that the salvation of the black race was based on those beliefs and ideas? Y'all don't really believe that shit. Now, I support the brotherhood. I support us coming together as brothers and having unconditional love based upon our nation, based upon us being black. So I support the brotherhood. But the thing is I don't have to lie to kick it. That you all want to be down so bad in the Hebrew war machine. You all want to come together so bad that you expose that you don't believe the bullshit. If I'm a vegan and I believe that vegan is the salvation diet, that meat will kill you, that eating healthy is your physical and vital salvation, I'm never for a minute, for any brotherhood, going to argue for meat, eating meat. Meat being your primary source of protein and you needing to eat meat. If I believe that the true healthy way to eat, low cholesterol, the true healthy way to eat is being a vegetarian. Not for 1 second, because I really believe that. I really know that. So I don't understand. Or I do understand that a lot of these Hebrew Israelites are full of shit. They do not believe the shit that they're talking about. And by constantly being attached to this bullshit, to these lies, pretending like they believe in this Bible and this mystery God and all that, by continuing to pretending to do that, they're really jeopardizing the true chance for establishing real brotherhood, which should be based solely on black nationalism and Pan-Africanism, not spookism, religious ideology, and theology. It should be based on true black nationalism, Pan-Africanism, and an inescapable and unavoidable need in this day and time for black revolution. So that's my point of this video. The Hebrew Israelites, they don't believe in that shit. They just have, like the Masons or any other clique, just trying to create a clique, just cliquism. Just trying to create their own clubs by any means necessary. So these non-Messianic Hebrews was willing to forfeit their own ideas and beliefs. They've been studying all these years to come to the truth. And they would sacrifice that truth just to be associated with other Hebrew Israelites under the auspices of unity, brotherhood, and community. You don't believe that these truths, these values, are inevitable for black salvation, because you couldn't do it. Not for popularity, not for House of Consciousness, not to win a debate. You wouldn't do it. Y'all don't believe that shit, so quit playing, man. Come on over to black supremacy, Pan-Africanism, black nationalism, black power, black revolution. Y'all don't believe that shit. A lot of these Hebrews are showing that they really don't stand for shit. But they scared to just drop the Hebrew thing and stand for something real. Stand for true black nationalism, true black brotherhood. Stand for that. That could be stood for. All that spookism and bedtime stories and shit, y'all proving y'all do not believe that. Y'all chose a bedtime story for that debate that was convenient for y'all to try to win a debate. Winning a debate was more valuable to you than the salvation of black people. And speaking the truth, non-compromising, in regards to whom or what. Winning that debate was so goddamn important. See, Yah, the creator, don't care about how you look, whether you win a debate. Don't care. If you really believe that. So why was winning a debate so damn important? It showed me y'all don't believe that. Y'all don't believe that shit. Not even for the sake of debating would I ever take on certain positions that are anti the salvation of black people. And if I believe a non-Messianic theology, therein lies the salvation of black people. Not for 1 second will I pretend to promote or advocate a Messianic ideology or doctrine. Unless I just really don't fucking believe in neither. And whatever makes me look good, stand apart, or makes me look popular for this particular moment is the one that I'm going to go with. For status, social gain, money, resources, followings, whatever. The true followers of Yahweh don't care whether they got no damn followers or not, resources or money. They don't care about how they look to people. They don't care how much money they got or don't got, or whether they win a debate or don't win. They don't give a goddamn about that. They only care about the salvation of their people. If they really believe that. Y'all don't fucking believe that. So y'all wasting time, y'all frauds. And you exposing your goddamn self. Do I believe that you all are bad and don't have a heart and don't care about the people? No, I don't believe that. I believe that you all do care about the people. And I believe there is some sense of brotherhood. I do believe that, but you all are very immature and very egotistical. That's a fact. Very egotistical and self-centered and narcissistic and caring about how you look to the world and how you appear as a teacher or something like that more than you care about or stand for anything for real. It's King Noble Black Supremacy. Join my website, www.kingnobleBlackRulership.com.